Hi, this is Dave from Baking with Fox Hollow Kitchen. Join me today as I show you how to make strawberry swirl pound cake, only on Baking with Fox Hollow Kitchen. Fox Hollow fam, I'm Dave and welcome to Baking with Fox Hollow Kitchen. Well, as I said, today we're going to make strawberry swirl pound cake. It's simple, it's easy, and so good. So if you're ready, then let's have some fun. Okay, the first thing we need to do here is make our swirl for our strawberry swirl pound cake. So I'm going to take a cup of frozen strawberries.
Okay.
They can be thawed out, it doesn't matter.
Now, Dave, could you use fresh strawberries in this case?
Yeah, you could. The fresh strawberries don't have as much water in them.
Okay.
But you could use them. And I'm going to use a quarter cup of strawberry jam.
Yay, jam.
Jam. I'm going to throw that in there. And about 2 tablespoons of water.
Okay.
And we're going to heat this over medium until the strawberries are thawed out. We're just going to heat this up here.
Okay.
Until our strawberries are thawed completely. Okay?
Alright, sounds awesome.
Okay, my strawberries have simmered for a couple minutes, and they're getting pretty soft. So I'm going to mash them with a fork, just against the side of the saucepan here, to get them nice and mashed up. This will take a couple minutes to do here, but they're nice and soft. Frozen strawberries are easier to do this with than fresh ones. So we'll just get them nice and soft here and mash them good. Okay, so my strawberries are good and mashed up. So we're going to let this simmer here a couple more minutes to thicken up a bit. And then we'll take it off the heat and just set it aside until we're ready to use it. We'll let it cool completely. Okay, next we're going to take a cup and a half of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And we're just going to whisk these together in a small bowl here, just to get them combined. That's good, and then we'll set this aside. Okay, next in our stand mixer here, you can use a regular mixer if you have it. Stand mixer, though, we're going to put 1 stick of softened butter that's softened to room temperature, and 1½ cups of sugar. And we're going to cream this together until it's nice and fluffy. It takes a minute or so. Okay, that's looking great. You should have something that looks kind of like mashed potatoes. That's what we got. To that we're going to add 3 eggs. 3 large eggs. A 1/2 cup of sour cream. Get some more of that sour cream off of there. And 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And we're going to mix together until smooth. Okay, this looks pretty good. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add our flour mixture into this that we made earlier with our dry ingredients. I'll throw those all in there. And beat it just until there's no flour left, just until it's completely moist. I'm going to scrape the sides here a little bit to make sure that there's nothing on the sides or the bottom that didn't get mixed in right. Almost done. Okay, that looks like it. And we're ready to go to our pan.
Okay, Dave, I see we got our pan ready to go here.
Absolutely. What I've done is I buttered this pan and lined it with parchment paper so that it'll be easy to get out. And there's 2 tabs here that I can pull the cake out with very easily.
Okay, so
yes.
Why is it called pound cake?
Because the original recipe called for 1 pound each of butter, sugar, eggs, and flour.
Really?
That's a lot, yeah.
That's pretty heavy-duty.
We're not going to do that today, but that's why it's called pound cake. Also, it was a dense cake. There wasn't any thing in it to make it rise.
Okay.
Unlike today, we're putting baking powder, baking soda in it.
So that is our Did You Know?
That is our Did You Know for today. What I'm going to do first here is I have my pan. I'm going to put half of my pound cake batter into this pan. About half. It doesn't have to be perfect. Roughly half. And flatten this out.
Okay.
Get it all to the way to the edges. And then I'm going to take half of my, well, I don't need half of it. I made a lot of this. We're going to take some strawberry mixture that we made and just spoon it over the top here.
Okay.
We're not going to use all of it today. There's a lot. That's plenty. Let me get a little more up here. And we are going to swirl this around with a knife to get it kind of swirled in there. And then we top that with the rest of our batter. Just kind of dollop it on there so it doesn't mess with those layers. Okay, got that all in there. And then sort of flatten it out a little bit again. Get it to the edges. Go the whole way to the edges here. And then we're going to take a little more of our strawberry and put it on top. I can actually smell the strawberries.
Yeah, I can smell from here. It smells amazing.
Okay. I actually did use most of the strawberries, so we're just going to swirl this around again. Okay. And then we're going to clean this up a little bit. We're going to pop it in the oven at 350 degrees for about 1 hour and 15 minutes to 1 hour and 25 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. The next thing we're going to do is make a glaze for this. We are going to take 2 tablespoons of butter. And I'm going to get 2 tablespoons of strawberry jam. There's 1. And 2. We're going to melt these together over low heat until they're melted. Okay, now that my butter and jam are melted together, I'm going to add 2 ounces of cream cheese and get that melted in. I'm going to whisk that in here when we get it nice and smooth. Get it melted out here. This will take a few minutes. Okay, now that my cream cheese is all melted into this jam, I am going to add little bit of red food coloring to keep it red, like strawberries, and 3/4 cup of powdered sugar. And we're just going to whisk this all together. I have a little whisk here that I use. We're just going to get it all together. That's nice, and it's a nice red color. And that is it. We're going to let this cool a little bit, and then we'll put it on our pound cake. Okay, now that our cake is completely cooled, I'm going to take this glaze and drizzle it over the top of our cake. Be pretty generous with it. Got plenty here. I'm just going to drizzle it over the top. Okay, and then we're going to let this sit until the glaze sets a little bit before we cut it. Looks good. And now for the best part, the taste test. I'm going to get a piece of it here. That is sweet and delicious. It's so, so good. You guys are going to love it. Wrapping up today, I want to thank you all for joining us and encourage you to check out our friends and support channels listed in the description below. But before I go, always remember, it's good times and good food only on Baking with Fox Hollow Kitchen. We'll see you soon.
If you like this video or any of our other videos,
Be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons and stay tuned for future shows.